Active Investor here, bringing you another independent analysis. This time we're taking a look at ticker symbol XXII. That is 22nd Century Group Incorporated. 22nd Century Group Incorporated. Interesting ticker there, XXII, but it does make sense. Roman numerals and all that jazz. Anyways, let's take a look at the chart. We have some pivot points to take a look at. $1.15, $1, 88 cents, 79 cents, and 73 cents there. So, this stock has been channeling a lot between 88 and 79. It has broken the channel a few times, but it does seem to kind of like to stick in that area. So we had originally traded right around the dollar here at the start, broke a dollar, pushed back up, couldn't hold it, and then it was kind of just making some lower lows here, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. Right, but after that, we did kind of bounce off 73 cents. We had that low of 71, bounced off it though, hit 73 for our support, pushed above 79, came back down. This time we did bounce off 73 cents and then ended up testing 71 cents again with that candle, but 73 cents again to be the support. We had a nice run here off this low though, so pushed up above 79 cents, 88 cents, almost tested a dollar, came down 88 cents, broke that. Interestingly enough, we kind of bounced off that 50 period simple moving average there. 88 cents, came down, and here's the channel that I was talking about. So although we had some wicks coming out, of this candle, of this channel, not candle, overall, this channel is pretty real between 79 cents and 88 cents. So what I'm getting at is this stock is down today about 4.82%, and the Brexit, affected all the markets a lot of selling off, a lot of uncertainty and fear and whatnot. But I think that this may be more reflective of just the stock doing its own thing. You can see where we closed yesterday at the top of this channel, right around 88 cents. So really, it kind of makes sense that it would come down to the bottom of this channel, since that's what it's been doing the last week or so. Just kind of riding up the top of the channel, coming back down. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So really not too surprising that we saw it dip. So it's really not that bad. For support, we have that 79 cent area and the 73 cent area that we were discussing. So we can look to that to be our support. The only thing that is kind of bad is these averages. They are converging. But the 13 period and the 20 period aren't terrible. The 20 period is above our 50 period. The 13, it's really difficult to see, but the 13 is touching the 50. The 50 is actually still below. So they are just barely in the bullish order still, like we saw here. We saw the 13 period above the 50, and then the 20. We want to see it to be, let's see if there's an example. Yeah, purple, green, yellow. That's what we want to see. And it is barely in that order here. We have purple, green, and yellow. Barely, barely, barely. That's telling us that we could see the stock start to turn around, which it started to do here. If we had a green candle here instead of a red one, then these moving averages would be looking a lot better, and the RSI would be looking a lot better as well, but we'll get to that in a second. Fortunately, we had a red candle instead of another bullish one, and that's why we have this convergence of the moving averages there. So it's really trying to make up its mind what it wants to do, but since we're at support, there's a decent chance that it pushes up. The fact is, though, that support isn't that great. We did break it here. We did break it all around here. And this was a whole different channel. But this is the hard support from 79 cents. And I did look back many, many months back to get those support lines. So, unfortunately, it's just not the toughest support. It might break, and we might see it come down to around 73 cents again. It's really hard to say. These averages are not really looking bullish or bearish. They're just kind of looking uncertain. Now we'll get to the relative strength index at the bottom. It is oversold, which is not really what we want to see. As you can see here, let's kind of get a line from where we went oversold. When we're oversold, that's when we can see a selling off occur. So the RSI is not looking great. So there is a chance that the support does break to the downside, and we do test about 73 cents or so. Right, which is unfortunate. If we had that bullish candle instead of this bearish red one, we would have seen this RSI starting to leg up above the 20 line. And we're going to need that green part of the RSI, the fast average, to start legging up before that red average does. So we want it to come above the 20 line, and we're going to need to see that green one come first. So really, it's just kind of looking uncertain. There's really not much to say about this stock right now on a technical level. It really doesn't know what it wants to do, and we kind of need to see what it does on Monday before we can really make any certain decision whether it's bullish or bearish. Right now, I would just be entirely neutral. I mean, The averages are in the bullish order technically, but they're so close together, anything can happen. RSI is oversold, which means that it's more likely to sell off. But the fact that we're right on support means that we could start to turn around. It's not like we're at the top of this channel and oversold, which, then it would mean, well, we'll probably dip down and test some support. We're already on support and we're already oversold, so it is reasonable to assume that it could just start pushing up from here. At the same time, we do sell off when we're oversold, and these averages aren't really telling us much info, so it's really not much to go off on this chart right now. I wish I had a better analysis for you. Let's see, who requested this one again? Let me take a look at the Cruise NHS. I wish I had a better analysis for you on this one, but really, it's not looking certain in either direction. So let's see what it does next week, and I might up this analysis next week, depending on what it does, Monday, Tuesday, etc., etc. So regardless, I hope this was at least a little bit insightful for you. Maybe if you didn't have these pivot points, you can at least write those down, because those are at least going to be useful. So we'll see what it does next week, and I'll catch you guys then. Have a good one.